The National Health Service, the medical arts, the science and the healing should be made available to people when they needed them.
Major questions about how to fund the future of the NHS.
What we got for me?
To Kings, okay. What time?
2 boxes. I'm on way.
Doctors and nurses at A&E working flat out for days to manage demand.
In a trauma, we can't wait for blood. We need it there and then.
I love that feeling when you come out of a path lab and they snatch the box off you and saying, thank God you're here. You come away thinking, you know, I've done something here today. Getting on the bike is my first love. I love riding bikes. I've been riding for a very, very long time and I do lots of miles a year. But to combine it with what we're doing, it does give you a great feeling. I don't sleep that much anyway. If I'm at home, I'll be up till 1 o'clock anyway. So why not do something useful? Jump on a bike and save a life. The group itself are a great bunch of people. Quite a motley crew really at the end of the day. But you know, it works really well because everybody's like-minded. Everybody wants to get on the bike. Everybody wants to help the NHS. It's simple as that.
Motorcyclists had a very bad reputation, you know, big hairy blokes on bikes, and it was a way of them putting something back into the community. I'm not a big hairy bloke. But,
No, you're looking at me. I'm
okay,
not a big hairy bloke either. In 2009, I got a phone call from my sister just telling me that her daughter, my niece, Caitlin, had developed a Ewing sarcoma, which is a rare bone cancer. It was Christmas Eve, in fact. She had platelets delivered from Tooting to the William Harvey Hospital in Ashford by a Serve Kent blood runner. It was sort of a year later. I thought, I must do. Life's too short. I need to give something back to the community for helping Caitlin. I thought, oh, that would be a great way to give something back. I need to learn to ride a motorbike. So I did.
It's almost surreal because you use motorcyclists and premature babies in the same sentence. It doesn't sound right. We take the public image, the paradigm, if you like, of the leather-clad hooligan with no road manners, and we blow that out the water by walking into a neonatal intensive care unit with a box of donor milk for the children.
The last run I did, I had a run to Newcastle Hospital and I had 48 bottles of baby's milk. 48 bottles is like a song, isn't it? When we first set off 18 months ago, we had one motorcycle, which was shared between us all, and we were using our own cars and our own motorcycles, and we've never ever missed a run. We're born and bred here. This is our place, Cumbria. We know which roads we can get through and which roads we can't get through. There's not much that'll stop us getting that blood to where it needs to be. I can guarantee that.
When you're called out on a run, you may not know the person who the consignment is destined for, but you have an understanding of the importance that product has for somebody.
Last summer, I was just walking through the A&E doors on the way out, and this guy comes up to me and he says, have you just delivered platelets? And I said, yeah. He said, they were for my mum. And, forgive me, I get a bit...
Quite emotional story.
I get quite emotional about it every time. But, so he shook my hand and thanked me, and, you've made a difference for my mum, and made a big difference for me.
I didn't necessarily want to go out riding my motorbike at night because I didn't think that that would be ideal, leaving Gerald at night and he would worry too much, so I didn't want to do that. And then, of course, the role of controller was discussed. And it was a way that I could see of putting something back into the NHS for all they'd done for us. I mean, Gerald was in intensive care for a week and they told me he wouldn't make it, and he has, and here he is 10 years later, and we're very grateful for that. But you never repay that debt for what they've done. You snuggle down to bed about 11 o'clock and head under the duvet and sleep, and then all of a sudden the phone lights up and starts ringing. And Gerald, my husband, says, I'm very good. I pick the phone up and I say, hello, good morning, it's Serve. And they probably think I'm sat at a table with a computer on and things like that. Then you have to ring your duty rider, who obviously may be slightly sleepy, but I can snuggle down under the duvet again in between the calls and in between the text messages, whereas he has to put his waterproofs on, go and get the bike out of the garage and ride in all weathers. And I'm snuggled down in bed feeling guilty.
3 nights ago, I went to Whitechapel and they wanted plasma and blood. Now, you know that if they want plasma, that's a clotting agent, so somebody's obviously bleeding out. So you know you've got to get it there as quickly as you can. That's it. Everything is down to you.
If you get one of the hospitals ring up, and you can tell by the voices sometimes that it's really desperate, you do have a feeling of, gosh, we've got to really get this moving.
As you're walking along, you're looking into the wards. Then you know why you're doing it when you're seeing little children with pipes and wires and machines on them. That's what keeps me going.
I know what it's like to need that life-saving blood. I was actually taken into A&E and I needed 11 units of blood from the blood banks. To have somebody who'd actually done that for me to live, I thought going into the blood banks really is a way to say thank you. You know, you can talk about things and you can do things. And just taking that box of blood from here to there is going to help save somebody's life.
We don't charge the hospitals. We don't question the relevance of the run we're asked to do. If it fits on the bike and it's urgent enough, then we'll move it for free. The commitment that people show is incredible. These people are out there just willing and absolutely ready to be woken up at midnight and asked to go 100 miles. It's just unbelievable.
If you can be up here where you can't stand up for the wind, the roads are slippy, it's raining, there's fog, there's ice. Do you want to be out in that? I do, because I'm a blood biker for Cumbria, and that's what it's all about.